Welcome back to the channel where gaming never gets old and the adventure never ends, gamers. My name is Wukong, and today we are diving into the mythical world of Black Myth Wukong, and oh boy, do we have some exciting news for you. With the upcoming DLC just around the corner, there's a lot to talk about. New bosses, expanded areas, fresh mechanics, and so much more. If you are as hyped as we are, grab a snack, sit back, and let's explore everything we know about this highly anticipated update. Now, with the release date, when can we expect it? Let's start with this big question. When is the DLC dropping? While the developers, Game Science, haven't logged in an exact date, rumors from credible sources point towards a mid-year release. Many speculate it could coincide with major gaming conventions like Gamescom or Summer Game Fest, giving fans something monumental to look forward to. The timing feels deliberate. By launching media, the studio aims to sustain the game's momentum while giving players who just completed the main storyline enough time to recover and crave more. Mark your calendars and keep your eyes peeled for official announcements, and we will be covering them as they drop. Now, with the storyline, what's next for Wukong? The base game for Black Myth Wukong masterfully reimagines Chinese folklore, immersing us in the trials and tribulations of the Monkey King. The upcoming DLC promises to expand on this narrative, diving deeper into untold stories from Journey to the West and exploring Wukong's confrontations with both celestial and demonic forces. Leaked screenshots suggest a darker, more introspective tone for the DLC. Wukong's journey will challenge not just his combat prowess but also his moral compass. Expect new allies, treacherous betrayals, and encounters that will make you question what it truly means to be a hero. Now, with the new bosses, no Black Myth Wukong update would be complete without epic boss battles, and the DLC delivers in spades. From what we've gathered, the expansion will introduce at least 5 new bosses, each more terrifying and challenging than anything in the base game. One of the standard bosses is the Ethereal Dragon Sage, which is a massive serpent deity with control over time and space. Imagine dodging attacks while the battlefield shifts in real time. Another teased opponent is the Crimson Lotus Witch, which is a sorceress who uses illusion magic to disorient players. Expect the arena to feel like a maze with deadly traps lurking at every corner. And for those who thought the original game lacked multi-phase battles, this DLC is here to change that. Each boss will reportedly have up to 3 phases, each more brutal and spectacular than the last. Precision, timing, and a deep understanding of their mechanics will be essential. Now, with the expanded areas and world design, the DLC doesn't just add bosses, it expands the world of Black Myth Wukong significantly. Players can explore new biomes, including the Frozen Peaks, which is an icy mountain range where visibility is limited due to constant blizzards, and the Crimson Forest, which is a haunting woodland lit by eerie red lanterns. These areas would introduce new environmental hazards. For example, in the Frozen Peaks, the cold itself is an enemy. Players must find heat sources or risk their health depleting over time. The Crimson Forest, on the other hand, is filled with cursed artifacts that can either buff or debuff you depending on how you interact with them. Now, with the new mechanics and abilities, Game Science isn't just giving us more of the same, they are evolving the gameplay. The DLC will introduce a spirit bond system, allowing Wukong to form temporary alliances with certain defeated enemies. These spirits can be summoned during combat to provide unique advantages. Think of it as a mix between summons and special abilities. Additionally, Wukong will gain new transformations. While the base game already showcased his ability to morph into creatures like a cicada or a giant ape, the DLC takes it further. Rumors suggest transformations like the Phoenix form, which grants temporary flight and fire-based attacks, and the Stone Colossus, which is a defensive form perfect for tanking damage. On top of that, there's an overhaul to the skill tree. Players can now customize Wukong's abilities to a greater degree, tailoring him to their preferred playstyle, whether it's a fast-paced, high-damage build or a slower, more methodical approach. Now with the DLC size, how much content are we getting? For those wondering about the size, this isn't a bite-sized expansion. The DLC is set to add approximately 20 to 30 hours of gameplay depending on your playstyle. This includes main missions, side quests, and optional bosses. Completionists get ready to sink in those hours. And it's not just about quantity. The developers have promised a level of polish and detail that matches, if not surpasses, the base game. From intricate animations to meticulously designed environments, every corner of this DLC is crafted to immerse you further into Wukong's world. Now with community feedback and developer insights, Game Science has been listening closely to player feedback. Many of the complaints about the base game, such as difficulty spikes and the lack of checkpoint balance, are being addressed. The DLC will include more accessible difficulty options, ensuring both casual and hardcore players can enjoy the experience. Developers have also hinted at secret content hidden within the DLC. This could range from hidden bosses to lore-rich Easter eggs. Fans of the game's rich storytelling and challenging combat will have plenty of reasons to revisit areas and uncover every last secret. Now with additional content and visuals, to make the video even more engaging, let's talk about the visuals and how they enhance the DLC experience. Game Science has always been praised for their stunning art direction, and this expansion takes it to the next level. The Frozen Peaks features crystalline caves and snow-covered ruins that glisten in the sunlight, while the Crimson Forest exudes an unsettling beauty with its glowing red flower and abandoned shrines. For those of you who love visuals, we will include links to some concept art and fun interpretations of these new locations. If you're wondering what these bosses and areas might look like, stay tuned as we generate detailed images of the Ethereal Dragon Sage and Crimson Lotus Witch, as well as snapshots of the Frozen Peaks and Crimson Forest. These visuals will give you a taste of what's to come and make your anticipation skyrocket. While much of this information is based on official teasers and credible leaks, here are a few sources you can check out for more details. I'll put a link in the description box below. We will also be updating our video description with links to any leaked images or trailers as they become available, so don't forget to check back. Now, what is our final thoughts or why this DLC matters? Black Myth Wukong isn't just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon that bridges the gap between traditional Chinese folklore and modern gaming. This DLC has the potential to solidify its place as a masterpiece in the action RPG genre. So whether you are a veteran who conquered the base game or someone curious about diving into this mythical world for the first time, this DLC promises something for everyone. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to let us know in the comments what you are most excited about. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy gaming and may the Monkey King guide your path. Bye bye.